Last summer I had this opportunity. I got to caddy at the USAM at Hazeltine. It was a fantastic experience. I thank my friend Kurt for the invite, and if he makes it back again, which I think he will and I know he will, if he asked me to do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat, because it was really cool to get up close and personal with some of the best players in the world of amateur golf, but then honestly, players that we're going to see on Sundays coming up, I think, very shortly. Now, in that tournament, we had the fortune of being paired with the eventual runner-up of the entire event. He had a couple of things going on that were really, I think significant to where the modern game is going, and something that we should pay attention to. One of those things was he had a mini driver. His bag makeup was driver, mini driver, then a 5-wood. That mini driver is something we are seeing a ton of now. You can tell it's becoming a big trend because, one, we're seeing more and more tour players play it, but also we are seeing more and more companies developing a mini driver. Pretty much every company has this as an option. Now, what is going on with the mini driver? That's something that was very curious to me, and until I'm gonna get the chance to hit one, I think it was gonna be something that was a little bit of a mystery to me. Well, today, we're gonna try out a mini driver, and I have the Titleist GT280 right here that I want to go through and give a little bit of a test drive and see if it's something that possibly could fit well in my golf bag. Now, this club, where is it supposed to fit in your bag? What is the whole point of this club? I think that's important to kind of identify and see if it's something that would work for you. Titleist is advertising this as a mini driver, also as a 2-wood. So what does that mean? I actually started learning golf with the 2-wood, which I think was pretty advantageous, because a 2-wood's going to have a little bit more loft than a driver. This club has 13 degrees of loft. It does have the fairway sleeve on it, so you can adjust where it's going to go, but you do have a little bit more loft. So it's meant to be a little bit smaller head than a driver, but with that extra loft, it's a little bit more control than a driver, something that can help you get the ball in the air and maybe even hit a draw because you have a little bit more loft. It's typically a little bit easier to draw when you have more loft as you're hitting the ball. The other thing though is it's a little bit longer though than a 3-wood. The first part is the shaft slightly longer. It's only a 1/2 inch longer, but I'm actually going to be using my 3-wood shaft when we hit this because we didn't have the shaft yet. We just got the fitting head that we can use. The thing that we're going to see though is a much bigger club head. This is a 280cc club head. So it's bigger than a 3-wood, smaller than a driver. Drivers are well over 400 cc's nowadays. It also is going to be a little bit more forgiving, I would imagine, being a bigger club head. It's a little bit more forgiving, so you can actually get some shots that hit off the heel, the toe, and maybe get a little bit better result as you go through this. But the fact that it is a little bit of a bigger club head, little bit less loft, the lowest 3-wood you can get in the Titleist family is 13.5. Typically a 3-wood is going to be 15 or 16 degrees. And the fact that we are actually putting in a little bit shorter shaft than a driver should mean that we can hit it longer than a 3-wood, but control it better than a driver. So only way to really kind of give it a test is to hit it and see what we get. And so let's take it for a run. Now you can see here, first impressions of looking at it. If you are familiar with Titleist drivers, maybe, I mean, you could argue maybe the most successful driver of all time, the Titleist 975D. They even talk about it in the marketing material that they basically took that driver and put it in here. The other thing that's interesting about this driver, because with some of the other earlier mini drivers, the issue that people had was hitting it off of the deck. They actually took, essentially it's like a driver. It looks a lot like a GT2 with the way the weights are. You got a weight up front, weight in the back, but they actually, in the way they designed it, they tried to put a fairway wood bottom on this club so you can actually get the ball off of the turf a little bit easier. I'm interested to try that because I'm typically pretty bad at hitting like a driver off the deck. I usually can't do it. So we'll see what we get. I do have this ball teed up. I have it on a mini tee. I've got the Flight Scope X3C running. Let's just see what we get. And I do have my 3-wood shaft. This is the Tour AD VF6 and it's an X-Flex. Sits nice. Okay, 252. We'll hit a couple here. 252. First one, I don't think I actually got that one all the way. Here's the thing, I don't know what we're going to look at when we look at smash. Typically a driver would be like 150, but smash 135. So definitely didn't hit that one very good or out of the dead center, but it felt good. Let's see where we hit that. All right, 2,100 RPMs a spin, that's all. Let's see here, see if we can get one. That one was a little better. 238 in the air, a little bit more center strike, even a little bit high center, which I like. 141 smash, 2,500 RPMs a spin. So I did hit down on that a little bit, which I kind of feel like I have to with this one. I don't want to like hit up on it too much. And then we got 91 feet in the air as we went through to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's hit one more off a tee. Just has a good look to it. Again, I like it. It's similar, the concept is similar to one of my favorite training aids, this butter blade, where it's just a tiny, tiny club head. If you work on hitting balls with this, man, you can hit the ball solid because it is a tiny, tiny club head that you are hitting. So let's go ahead, we'll hit one more here. Let's see. One other thing I'm noticing, this club is flatter, which it is flatter than driver. It's also flatter than 3-wood when you hit this. So it is designed to be a little flatter. It's interesting. Ooh, hit that pretty good. 235 in the air, 255, 34, a little tiny bit on that heel side. So spin went up there a little bit. 85 feet in the air though. So that's actually, well, I have to hit a 3-wood here. I'm interested to see what I get on that as we go. Okay, so we've got that. What I want to do is now we got to try this thing off the ground. Got to see what we can do off the deck with this design. So let's go ahead. Let's see a 3-wood here, or GT Mini 2-wood. And we'll see it off the ground. Man, I feel like I got to get down into this. It is a little intimidating to see such a high crown. I actually got that okay. Hit it very toe side, which you'll see. That ball did not get elevated a ton, so I'll have to try a couple here. This is definitely new. You can see how low the spin went on that guy. Hit it straight, 34. Interesting. It's easy to hit off the ground. It is easy to hit off the ground. Now, for me, I'm not getting enough lift on the golf ball. So I might need to look at a softer club shaft. There we go. There we go. 258 out of the middle. That was better. Okay, took me a couple to get used to it. All right. So that's a little bit longer. It's not as much carry. It's not as much carry with this club than like a 3-wood for me. It's close, but it's not as much. It's definitely rolling out a little bit more. So I think this would be a close call of like, hey, do I need a 2-wood and a 3-wood? I'd have to decide on what I need in my game. I'm hitting this a little farther, but not in the air off the deck. I'm finding it's pretty easy to hit this club off of the ground. I'm finding it very easy to hit off the ground. It is just less loft. I might need to bump that up a touch so I get a little bit more air time, but I am finding it pretty forgiving to hit, even if they're not my best. That was a little better. There we go. 222, I'm almost the exact same shot there. Just had to kind of get used to it. It's different to look at. I will say it is an awesome looking golf club. These white, they actually have the white on here. And yeah, it's an awesome looking club as you're looking down at it. So low spinning for sure off the deck. Oh, I got that one. Oh, baby. 88 feet in the air. So I'm getting warmed up on this thing now. 240 in the air, okay? Now I'm listening. So now it becomes a question of, do I go driver, then like a 5 wood? I have a 7 wood now. I love that club because 240 in the air, and then I go to the mini, and they got this 240. The thing is, it's not going to stop as much. It's 3,300 spin, which isn't too bad. 88 feet in the air, but ooh, now that we're getting warmed up on this, I might have spoke too soon. You're hitting it, the misses have been fairly small. Like even when I started off not hitting it great, it was still decent. Like the numbers were decent because there's just not that much area to miss. I would have to like miss the ball on some of these where you could hit like your driver or some of these bigger club heads. So kind of like that one. Easy to hit off the tee, that's for sure. Took me a second to get this guy dialed in off the deck. What do I mean, it's a great club. It looks amazing. If you like traditional clubs, Titleist has always been known for that. That's why you see a lot of Titleist guys stay with Titleist for a long time, because they like that traditional look, and that's what Titleist goes for. They want all their clubs to look the same from model after model. They just want the technology to change. But this one is really sweet. I would be interested to see, I'm excited to see some higher handicap players try this and see what they can do, because off the tee, I think it's easy as can be. There's no doubt that it can be hit and all that. Now, it took me a second to get warmed up off the ground. It took a second to get that feeling. It's just a much deeper head than what we're used to. You know, here's a 7 wood, for example. We just look at that. So, you know, fairway wood's there, right? There's our fairway wood, there's our driver. So deeper meaning it's a lot taller, right? So when you're looking down at that, trying to hit it off the ground, it's just a little bit of an issue of just getting over that. But the thing I'm always worried about when I go to hit driver off the deck is it actually gets me in trouble, because I can never get the club to get down into the ball. I tend to hit them like thin and top them, or I'll like just drop kick behind it. And the difference is, we hold these up, it's just in the sole, okay? Just the way it is. So you can see at the bottom of the driver, see how it's more rounded? That's a driver sole. But you can see on this mini, they've actually got the fairway sole in there, where they've got it just, it's just ever so slightly flattened out right here. So it actually makes it really easy to get the club to the bottom of the ball and elevate it. Even if I didn't get it at first, once I started getting a feel for it and starting to trust it, that ball started to elevate. We saw a couple getting like 80, 90 feet in the air, which for me is pretty good on a 2 wood off the deck, I would say. So really, really interesting club. Feels good, looks good. Price actually pretty good on this. If you're looking for a driver, you know, typically up over 600 now. This one's coming in at $499 for the stock options with the shafts. So definitely something I would say is worth a try in a fitting. And we might be just going back. I think sometimes when you have too much forgiveness and the club heads are getting bigger, you're just not as focused on hitting the middle of the face. But if we all work on hitting the middle of the face, I think we'd all be better golfers no matter who we are. So really would love to hear your thoughts on it, what you think of it. Leave those comments down below. And yeah, I got to hit it some more, because now I'm confused what I'm going to do. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.